Mary, did you take a swine flu shot?
No, I did not.
Did you give them permission to use your name saying that you had or were going to?
Absolutely not. Never did.
Did you ask your own doctor about taking the swine flu shot?
Yes, and at the time he thought it might be a good idea. But I resisted it because I was leery of having the symptoms that sometimes go with that kind of inoculation.
So you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Have you spoken to your doctor since?
Yes.
And?
He's delighted that I didn't take that shot.
You're in charge. Somebody's in charge.
This
is your advertising strategy that I have a copy of here.
Who's it signed by?
This one is unsigned. But you'll acknowledge that it was your baby, so to speak.
It could have been from the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. It could be from CDC. I don't know. I'll be happy to take responsibility for it.
It's been 3 years now since you fell ill with GBS, right?
Right.
Has the federal government, in your estimation, played fair with you about your claim?
No, I don't think so. It seems to be dragging on and on and on, and really no end in sight that I can see at this point.
With respect to the cases of Guillain-Barré, allegedly...
Former Secretary of HEW Joseph Califano, too, was disturbed that there was no end in sight. So a year and a half ago, he promised that Uncle Sam would cut the bureaucratic red tape for victims suffering from GBS and would pay up quickly.
We shouldn't hold them to an impossible or too difficult standard of proving that they were hurt. Even if we pay a few people a few $1,000s that might not have deserved it, I think justice requires that we promptly pay those people who do deserve it.
Who's making the decision to be so hard-nosed about settling?
Well, I assume the Justice Department is.
Griffin Bell before he left?
Well, the Justice Department agreed to the statement I made. It was cleared word for word with the lawyers in the Justice Department by my HEW lawyers.
And that statement said, in effect?
That statement said that we should pay Guillain-Barré claims without regard to whether the federal government was negligent if they resulted from the swine flu shot.
I think the government knows it's wrong.
If it drags out long enough, that people will just give up. Let it go.
I am a little more adamant in my thoughts than my wife is, because I told Judy to take the shot. She wasn't going to take it, and she never had shots, and I'm mad with my government because they knew the facts, but they didn't release those facts because if they had released them, the people wouldn't have taken. And they can come out tomorrow and tell me there's going to be an epidemic, and they can drop off like flies next to me. I will not take another shot that my government tells me to take.
Meantime, Judy Roberts and some 4,000 others like her are still waiting for their day in court.
So years ago, we used to have very interesting reporting, huh? Every now and then, they give you some truth. Every now and then. But are you going to ask questions now? You know, do you need neurological problems for your family members? And who's going to make money from this? Did I say Baxter Pharmaceuticals, part of Bayer Corporation, that's, you know, part of IG Farben, the same people that made the gas for the gas chambers? So for you Sharon viewers, they're what, a good company now? Have they lied to you? You know, is it interesting to you that Donald Rumsfeld will make money because he, you know, once again, the Carlyle Group? Who's going to make money off these vaccines that they're going to force upon you for this pandemic that only one person in the United States has died from? But it's going to come back with a vengeance. You think they're lying to you? And if you've caught them lying, why do you believe them now? Why would you defend them? I want to know. Please come and join me and tell the viewers and tell yourself and tell me why you defend the people that lie to you constantly. So I got a little bit of 9/11 Zen for you. This is your 9/11 Zen for this week. Why? Because you should understand how much money was spent investigating Clinton's affair and how much money was spent finding out who really did 9/11. Once again, all appointed by the executive branch, this commission. So here's a little clip for you. Tell me what you think of this. Notice how Larry King jumps right off topic after this, because we don't want to talk about this on the national TV.
I liked it better in the days of John F. Kennedy. Now, people talk that he had affairs, this and that. But you know what? It wasn't brought out to the public. They stuck to the issues, and they stuck to governing. Look at it this way, Larry. They spent $100 million to discover Bill Clinton cheated on Hillary, when on 9/11, they only allocated $4 million to find out who killed 3,000 people.
Well, another area. Ultimate Boxing has now replaced boxing.
Did you notice Larry? Larry jumps right off. Hey, let's new topic. We can't go down that road because Larry knows better. Because Larry's paycheck is decided by who? One of 6 corporations. All owned by those people, what do we call them? Globalist banksters. And when you learn about them, maybe you'll find out they're globalist banksters, eugenicists. What is a eugenicist? How do you slowly kill people? How do you do it? How would a eugenicist do it? So anyway, here's a little piece for you. Back in the late 60s, okay, when, once again, journalism, you still had journalists, not people being spoon-fed by the government and mass media and stuff. But here's a little piece. It's called Up is Down, or Down is Up. And why it's important is, think about where we've come and where we've gone. Orwell wrote a book. He called it 1984. Well, I got something for you. It's a new wardrobe piece for today. This is the answer. That's right. Did you hear me? The answer to 1984 is 1776.